Thank you, Bruno, Mr. MC. Good evening, everyone. Yes, like the MC has said, my name is Kenneth Makanga. I am a managing partner at BDO. But before I start, I think it's important I say protocol observed, because before me, I have my wonderful lecturers. For sure, I went through the hands of these wonderful people, and if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. I want to thank Professor Sajaka. I want to thank Professor Kundabanyang and Professor Matama. Thank you, and thanks for keeping a good job and doing a good job. Because of these wonderful people, actually 2 years after graduating, I was given an honor to have topped SCCA classes in Uganda. And for me, I found it a sail through because, Professor, you did a wonderful job. And later, even the institute recognized me and gave me a Young Accountant of the Year award. Okay, I will not tell you the year I got it because I think years have passed. You might start adding up my years and my age. But when I got this request from this nice association to talk about this topic, actually, one catchphrase caught my eye, and when they said securing your future, I was wondering whether you, the young students, had already really managed to secure your future. But the moment you add there mental health, it becomes very important. So before I want to share with you my experience, both as an employee and as an employer on this wonderful topic. But before I begin, maybe it is important to understand what is financial empowerment. When somebody says you're financially empowered, what comes to your mind? I strongly believe all of us are financially literate. Okay? For me, this is what I get. When they say financially empowered, I think this is a feeling or a state of being in control of your finances. It doesn't necessarily mean you have too much money. You might actually be a millionaire, but when you're financially empowered. So long as you have a feeling that you're in control of your finances, then it is true for somebody to say you're financially empowered. And I think financial literacy for this wonderful audience is easier to understand. If you already have access to knowledge to use and apply the financial skills, then you can say you're financially literate. If you can talk about budgeting, be it personal finance, okay? So if I talk about the role financial empowerment and financial literacy plays in trying to mitigate the major causes of financial issues, I thought through that, and as an employer, 3 things came to my mind. I feel the role these wonderful topics can play can be in 3 areas. One, I think the various speakers have talked about it, in terms of stress. Guys, they talk about academic stress, but I know some of you are about to join BDO soon. You will test what the word stress means. Stress can be real, and stress is real where numbers are involved. So, as an employer, what do you do to make sure that the individuals you're working with, they can have the financial empowerment so that they can reduce the stress that comes at work? One thing that I used to wonder, like when somebody has a bit of responsibility, I kept wondering why they earn a little bit more. It is only fair that when somebody has more responsibility, he's a manager, he's taking care of what? He's taking care of stress. So that means he needs to get more financial resources to manage. If you're an employer and you make a mistake of giving people more roles and responsibility, and the finances remain static, that is disaster waiting to happen. I can tell you, and for us, from where I work from, BDO, it is actually simple. You can, in 1 year, you can have too much responsibility, including managerial responsibility, as long as you demonstrate. But the moment you cross a certain threshold, even the finances improve. So as employers, one aspect that we need to get right is to empower our staff to have the financial resources when more responsibilities and roles are assigned to them. Okay? And the other aspect as well, one thing that really beats my mind, we accountants appear like we are financially literate, but we are the most poor financial managers ever. And I can tell you a true example. When I was young in my profession, in my second year, my employer shocked me. I was ready to ask for a double increment in salary. But I was lucky when my boss called me in at the end of the performance evaluation. He just gave me an envelope. He didn't get a chance to ask me. And when I looked at that figure, he had multiplied my salary times 4. Do you know what happened that night? I even called my friend and said, I'm a millionaire, come and we'll go to the bar. I have money. I had got even an opportunity to, I think, lecture at MAT. I called them and I said, I'm no longer interested. Because when you have that excitement, even the knowledge to really use it and apply it becomes very difficult to explain how an accountant can actually be broke. Okay? And the people that we actually overlook, the guys who are down in the street, those guys are streetwise smart. I keep telling my audiences that sometimes we as accountants really struggle to understand all these complex standards. But a businessman in Chikubo, ask him about cash flow. Those guys have mastered the word cash flow, cash. And my colleagues in the Indian community, they have understood the heart and oxygen of a business, cash. Now, you find an accountant here who does not have the knowledge that when I have a certain increment, I can improve on my savings. For us at BDO, what we do, because we have these reviews every year, when we give certain increment, the next topic in the next training, which happens every 2 weeks, is financial literacy. We bring and explain to our employees that we have given you this increment, but you have a discipline to what? To use it, even if they are what? The accountants. Then the other element as well, we know these young people have they have hopes to get to where we are. We actually challenge them. Like at BDO, I have a staff development policy. If you are a very high-performing staff and you want access to an asset, I give you a free loan. You go to the bank, they give you, you purchase a house, land, I'll meet the interest expense. For you, you pay the principal. And we define what an asset is. It doesn't involve introduction, no weddings. Okay? So as an employer, I get to help my people to understand and appreciate and reduce the pressures that come with work in terms of stress. So that's one element. The other one might be something that we overlook, but unhealthy habits can also, as an employer, can contribute. I can assure you, if you have worked in an environment where they don't provide the lunch, you can overlook that element. At BDO, we provide the lunch. These young boys and girls, after the first week of the month, they cannot afford. But when you come at our place, actually for them, you have between midnight and 10 a.m. to book for lunch online. By the time it clocks 7 a.m., the whole lunch list. But we know we provide lunch that is balanced diet, as you have seen the previous speakers, and that helps in one way. And that also helps them understand that you can really invest your money and have the financial muscle to go through the month, through the weeks, without the fear that you will not have a meal. Simple elements that are very important. And then lastly, in terms of what can you do as an employer, or what have I seen that works, is create an environment, a very good work environment where these matters can be discussed. I think all the speakers have agreed, and the first gentleman asked a very good question. The cost of accessing service providers. I'm proud to tell you that at BDO actually, if you want to see a counselor, we have a fully paid service providers. You can access and the service provider invoices BDO. If you want to go and talk and vent and talk about stress, we realized that these are some of the things we can help for our employees. And we told the counselors, you don't have to tell us what our staff told you. It might be an issue at work, but we want them to be able to access the professionals when they need. And that is a financial burden taken away from our staff. And a very important one, because like you said, one session, 1 hour is 100,000. So you can imagine an employer getting an invoice at the end of the month, and they said, we saw so and so for 5 hours. And as an auditor, sometimes you're like, oh, maybe I should ask for timesheets. These guys enjoy it. But because it's the commitment to know that this value is very important for my staff, it's something we do. Lastly, I just want to conclude by saying that this topic can really appear like it's just a good to have. But as an employer, I have seen benefits that come with making sure that our staff are financially empowered. 2 things. One, you know that the environment we work in, integrity and making sure that we do a good job cannot be compromised. If your staff are financially empowered, you make them less prone to corrupt and unethical tendencies, because they know my employer will take care of me. They know simple things as simple as making sure that the salary's date of payment is very clear. At my workplace, by 25th, everybody should get a salary. There shouldn't be any delay. So the things of people delaying, one day you're paying on 1st, another one on 31st, and people are there actually calling and say, I'm expecting some money, but I don't know when. That is already stress. Simple policies like that, consistency and making sure that you apply them reduces and make sure employees are motivated, you improve retention, and more importantly, when the employees are financially empowered, they are creative and innovative, and will make sure that they serve your clients and customers to their best. I submit, ladies and gentlemen.